this will break your heart. I'm never gonna hold you back. I'm always gonna have your back. So try to remember that. I hope you're happy.
Happy Saturday night, beautiful people. I promise I won't go on quite as much as I did this morning, but I have to share a little bit about my day. So I was a good girl because I've been telling you, like, haven't been doing the right thing. So I made sure I went to group this morning, and it was pretty good. And then I was a little upset because today's the first day it's been nice out in forever. So it's like 60 degrees, and some of the guys from group had a 2:00 tea time. Well, I had a podcast interview already set up with a doctor from California. So I couldn't reschedule just to go golf because the weather was nice. So I was like, all right, I'll suck it up. This is more important than anything right now. There'll be other sunny days. So I don't know if it was because like group is 10:30 to 12 and my interview was at 3. And I was just clunky today. I put away some laundry and did some weird stuff, but I didn't feel like I was very effective today at all. So I get on the interview and we spend I don't know this guy at all. And we spend about 15, 20 minutes talking before we start the interview, just kind of to get to know each other, let him know that I'm not as rigid probably as maybe other podcasts are. And we have a fan-freaking-tastic discussion. Like, I learned so many things. I was tickled. I could imagine myself listening to this episode over and over and over again with all the aha moments that I had and all the insight. He was just brilliant. So we get to the end. And thank you, Zoom, for all the upgrades and everything. And I bought a better Zoom package. I don't have the free one now. Now I have a real one. So if I wanted to have more than, 3 or 4 people or whatever it is. Well, evidently with all the changes, I forgot to hit record, or I thought I was recording. I didn't forget. I just didn't hit record the right way. And this fabulous conversation is now somewhere in outer space and not on my computer. So I'm a little sad about that, but the reason I'm telling you is because I didn't cry or anything. I did get a little frustrated, and he knew about it before we hung up, and he was a really good sport. He said if we have to re-record, we will, which, we will, because, oh my God, his stuff is incredible. If you want to check him out before even meeting him with me, his podcast he does with another fella is called MindFit. Not to ruin too much of it, but he was tremendous. So the way I'm looking at it is that for some reason that the universe has picked out that wasn't the message. Whatever happened on there was not what you guys were supposed to hear, or wasn't what was the universe thought was the best. So we will do it again, and I'm sure it'll come out just as good, if not better. He was very positive. He's a psychologist. I don't want to screw up his title, but he's definitely trained in his field, very bright person. And he was optimistic, and he's being very generous with his time, actually, because, I didn't pay him to be on here. So I really feel like he got the short end of the stick today, but he was so amazing. So that was kind of my lesson for the day. The other thing that I did was, as I was preparing for the speaking contest or competition, whatever you call it, for the week, I started watching some of last year's winners, and I ended up going down this crazy rabbit hole and watching the winners and going on their Instagram. And it was interesting because a lot of the messaging from this one fella in particular is so aligned with what I believe in and the messaging I try to do. And of course I think we were both in the same kind of class, maybe at different times, but it gave us our roots. And I was just impressed. And it's nice to have good examples. Maybe we don't know everything all the time, but we have good examples. And I think my final thought, and this came from the conversation today, and we'll get more into this. I definitely want to revisit it. The problems that we talked about solving today surrounded things from, depression to fear, not, obviously not solving a problem with gambling, but he definitely gave a lot of insight and tools. And what I loved was the biggest nugget is that, the bad feelings don't last. And that was very promising to me. So even if I'm having a moment of feeling like, I didn't get stuff accomplished, I have some choices about how I want to proceed. So I got a good education today. Anyway, and it wasn't a complete flop because I guess I learned some stuff and the universe didn't want me to go golfing. And I could play that out in my head. Maybe I wasn't supposed to go golfing because maybe I would have fell down on the course and broke my leg and not been able to speak at the thing this week. I don't know. I can make it up in all the bad scenarios to make myself feel better. I just know that the universe has a plan. So I will live. Anyway, I hope that you guys had a great Saturday. I will be back in the morning. And, as I'm talking about next week with the speaking thing, it's like a virtual conference. So I'm going to have wacky hours next week. So if you're a regular person that's getting used to my publication times with morning and evening, I'll try to stay as consistent as I can. I just really don't know what to expect this week. So that's what I got. I guess we'll kick off tomorrow with another reading and see what kind of tangent I can go on and how productive I could be tomorrow. All right, beautiful people. Have a good evening.